Welcome, guys, to the Trashman Matt show. I am your host, Trashman Matt. We are starting off with breaking news coverage. We got a lot of weather information, especially flash flooding events to get into today. I'm about to pull up a video real quick. This was sent to you from a relative in Oklahoma. You guys got to check this out. So I'm going to check this out real quick. It is muted. But this is their backyard. This is about 5 inches of rain in the backyard in a matter of minutes this morning. Flash flooding occurred about 9:30 local time in eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas. This has been ongoing events that have been going on throughout the country. We do have updated casualties from the big event in Texas. There are currently flash flood warnings in the Dallas area right now. We've also have some flash flood warnings that are set to expire in, looks like, Virginia and also Pennsylvania. Philadelphia area also had some flash flood warnings and also severe weather related to the remnants of Tropical Storm Churchill. I think that's how you pronounce that name. And on top of that, too, we had a flash flood emergency here in New Mexico as well. But as you can see, my family is okay. Their home was not taken, or any type of damage was taken in regarding to this. This is just one video. I am going to bring up another video. 1 second. I'm going to show you the other side of the street. Give me 1 second here. Alright, I'm going to bring this other part video up too. So this is in their front yard. As you can see, it's flooded, and you can see the street of how flooded it is as well. So this is an ongoing situation, a dangerous situation that's been affecting the central and eastern United States. We're going to go to radar. We're going to kind of break into what's going on right now. So let's go to our top story, obviously Texas. Death toll has exceeded to 110 with 40, I believe, 60 or 40. I'll have to relook at the current number, are still missing. Mexico has dispatched rescue teams to assist in the search and rescue, along with California and other locations have also dispatched their forces as well. One problem is that has been seen to be that's coming to light is the Texas government knew about this Guadalupe River situation and basically realized that the emergency alert system was not adequate to warn the campers and did nothing. This is a repeated cycle. This happened in California with the wildfires. This happens in other locations around this entire country of emergency personnel being complacent about optical warning. What is the best warning system? There is no best warning system. There needs to be a multi-phase warning system. The emergency alert system, the wireless alert systems, and the old-fashioned, still working truly, air raid sirens. Air raid sirens are the best way to address areas, and people who may not be in cell service can still work to address this matter. Again, this is a problem that officials seem to completely ignore. The city of Sacramento, for example, where I currently reside and grew up here, had an old Cold War air raid system. It was deactivated in the early 2010s. This system is really old. It's not really old, but it still works. It's deactivated, but the reason why we know it works is because every so often the sirens pop off in a malfunction. So why not fix them? Sacramento's going to have a major disaster. It sits on the frame of two rivers, and we have the Sacramento and American River. We have the bypasses and everything else, but most of the place is concentrated by levees. If the levees breach, people drown. And given how much rainfall and these events that have occurred in like Texas and these other locations, Sacramento's on a floodplain. So, yeah, it's, I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I can tell you that. And so, as you can see, this is still a tragic situation for everybody involved. And we still have also conspiracy theorists sitting here and basically just the fact that we have elected officials also getting into these conspiracies and everything else is really childish to me, ladies and gentlemen. This is completely childish. We need to stop with the conspiracy theorists. We need to stop pointing the finger and blaming politics and everything else, and we need to understand that the weather is alive. The weather is going to do what it wants. And if we had this technology to do what you're claiming to do, why are certain countries still existing that we would have wiped off the map already? You know, if you can't answer that question, then you can't convince me that they're just modifying this weather just to affect certain groups. Get out of here. Like, come on. This is childish. So, let's go take a look at radar real quick about what we got going on right now. So, we're going to look into the area of, obviously, Texas, because that's where our big story is been at for the last couple of days. We do have a continuous marginal risk that is focused around here. We have some strong cells. This cell has dissipated, but it blew through the Wichita area, did some significant damage. The area that was in question that I showed you these videos for occurred in this area here. So this area did experience a lot of flash flooding. There is currently still a flash flood warning up here in central Missouri for the next few minutes. And yeah, so going down to Dallas, we still have a flash flood warning that is in effect for at least another few hours, just under 2 hours. And this activity again is moving here. Now this, excuse me. So we're going to focus in on reset. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back to about 3 p.m. So as you can see, and I'm going to bring up the radar here. And we're going to go to... So as you can see, we've seen a lot of rainfall in this area. About 2 to 3 inches and everything else. And along this, see this river here? We're going to get to the warning here in a second. But see this riverbed? So these two towns were hit, which did trigger a flash flood emergency. So this flash flood emergency was issued because the water rose in this area 20 feet within a matter of 30 minutes. That's how much the water funneled into this river. Because again, you can see the geography here. So basically, it's a bowl effect, and it ran right downstream into town. I know rescue efforts are ongoing. I do not have any updates on whether or not there was any casualties or not, but this is something that happens. And so that's kind of the situation of where we're at now. And obviously, you can see still more rainfall totals. So this was the most recent event. Also, I do have confirmed that there were 2 casualties in North Carolina from the tropical storm, but I didn't mention that before. So let's go back to our Dallas location. And Garland is in this area as well. Yes, it was. Yeah. So, also, I do have a confirmation that a tornado touched down in New York yesterday. And I'll bring that up for you in a second. Yeah. So the entire town I just showed you was underwater. If you go to Weather Nation right now, if you have Facebook right now, there is a good video. You can see the rushing water. I can't show it to you because I don't have rights to it, and I'm not getting involved in that. So let's see what else. I'm gonna go back down to it. Yeah, there was an EF1 tornado, and apparently there was 2 tornado warnings also for the Philadelphia area about 4 hours ago. So, but yeah, there's a lot. Even AccuWeather is showing, oh my God, a whole house was swept away in this flood in New Mexico. So, if you go to AccuWeather on their Facebook page, 9 minutes ago, flash flood emergency, Ruidos, New Mexico, you will see a whole house being swept away. So there's a good chance there are casualties. That is the developing situation right now. Again, I can't show that to you because obviously I don't have the rights to show it to you, and I'm not going to get copyrighted for it. So that's what we got going on right now. There, tornado in looks like Orange County, New York, was a EF2 tornado. It was on the ground for about 2 miles. No confirmed casualties or anything else with regarding that. And yeah. So the water rose 20 feet in a matter of 30 minutes. Yeah. So what's going on? What's causing all this? Well, let's take a look at this real quick. We're going to go ahead and use the radar. Let's get the scope on. So there's kind of the more of the situation, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up another weather map here for you guys to get a better idea of it. So give me 1 second here. One moment. Alright, so let's bring this up. So you can see it crashed. Hold on. I don't know why, but this weather map continues to crash, so I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring it back up again. Let's see if it stays. Let me see if it stays. Hold on 1 second. Alright, let's see if we can get it to work. Nope, it won't work. I don't know why it does that. No worries. Yeah, nice background, right? Okay, I can't figure out why it's doing that, so we're not going to worry about that. But no. So what we got is we have a low pressure system basically located over the western United States that's pulling monsoon moisture into basically the southern part of the United States. And then we also have the remnant from the tropical storm that's also affecting the eastern coast of the United States. So we have two separate events that are actually going on here. So this event disturbance in basically in the Gulf, Gulf of America, Gulf of whatever you want to call it, is basically causing a lot of this situation to occur. That's what's causing the flooding events in the Texas area all the way up into the Central Plains. So just a lot of moisture, and the problem is you got these two masses colliding, and because they're colliding in this area, it's basically these storms have nowhere to go, and it's basically you're getting a sponge squeezing effect out of these storms because they're just basically billowing there, and that's the problem. Is what's leading to these flash flooding events. Now, obviously, in the East Coast, this is all related to the tropical storm that came through. And Texas, it's also related to a tropical storm, Barry, that made landfall basically a week and a half ago in central eastern Mexico, not New Mexico, but Mexico, the country of Mexico. That dissipated, but it took all that moisture and merged in with the monsoon moisture that came up. And that's where we're seeing a lot of these flash flooding events that are occurring. I mean, that's basically a brief rundown without going into the whole schematic and everything else about what's happening here. So, but we still have to understand this, and we need to come back to reality. People are dying. People are not getting the warnings. People are. That's what matters here. Homes, property, all this other stuff can be rebuilt. But these people, these children, cannot. And that is something we have to understand. Every person, these numbers that are here, the 110 dead, that's somebody's family member. That's somebody's brother, sister, daughter, mother, you know? So we need to understand that. And we need to stop trying to make problems when we already have the bigger problem at hand. And again, that's our situation that we need to understand. Weather does not discriminate. And that's something I think everybody forgets. A tornado does not discriminate. A flood does not discriminate. Lightning doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care. And when people try to throw politics into the mix and everything else, or people being hateful and saying, oh, they got what they deserve because they voted for the other guy. Or, let's be real about something. Most of these children are not even old enough to vote. So that argument's already out the window. That's just you being an ignorant ass. And that needs to stop. Social media and everything, it just needs to completely stop. We need to take a step back. We need to breathe. And let's help the people that can be helped. Right now, out of 140 people that are still missing right now, and they haven't found anybody alive since Friday. So, unfortunately, that's the situation. And the gravity of the situation. The house that got floated down that I was just telling you about, there could have been somebody inside that. And, this is the reality of what's going on here. People are being affected. And That's the sad part. So, but now let's get into the chat and let's start seeing who's in the chat right now. Okay. So what's up, everybody? If I haven't seen everything, Sack Waste, welcome, South Carlson, Republic Services of Jefferson, Sydney, Services of Jefferson City. So I assume that's Sydney. That's his new handle. Sweet. And then we got Garbage Trucks of Garland in the chat. Brody, what's up? We got Monterey's there. Mr. Diamond, Pacific Northwest. Trashmaster 18. Leaves, Trucks, and Trains. Southwest is also there. Welcome, everybody. And we got spammers trying to blow up. And yeah. Welcome, everybody. So that's what we got going on with that. So, what do we got going on locally? Well, trash route, I did my green waste route in 2. RNS, we do not have time today. We just got home too late, so we're not gonna be doing no reaction video today. So if you're here for reaction videos, I apologize, but I just got home way too late, and if we started trying to do that now, we're only gonna get about 2 or 3 videos in before I have to call it quits. So we're not gonna do that tonight. So. And Republic Services of Jefferson City. Yes, you changed your name, and if I remember correctly, you are. Well, let's see where you're at. Real quick. Yeah, you're a city. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where you are. Nice, nice, nice. So, WR Garbage Trucks. What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? So. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure everybody's here. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but I went and saw Jurassic World over the weekend. I haven't had a chance to really talk about it, so let me give you guys a discussion about it. Jurassic World Rebirth. I give it basically a 3.5 out of 5. It's a good movie and everything else, but you can obviously see it's rushed and there are some discrepancies and continuity errors. So. I do recommend that you, if you want to, it's a good action movie. I mean, it's entertaining, heavy entertained. So, but I can't necessarily I'm not going to spoil it or give you a real in-depth review of it. It's just, I give it a 3.5. It's an okay action movie, and if you see it, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Seen it Thursday, nice. Yes, Garland, I did see Jurassic World. So, hold on a second. Let me. Oh, yeah. I'm doing something real quick. Give me 1 second. So, yeah. This isn't a copyright thing. This is to show you. This is the one I actually saw. I mean, this is just a brief concept art of it so you can see it. And it's like I said, it's an okay movie. It's not. How about How to Train Your Dragon? Brody, I have not went and saw that. I did like the original How to Train Your Dragon. I just haven't got around to watching that. I mean, I don't have kids, y'all. So it's like when these kid movies come out, I'm not really too inclined to go. Unless like I get drug out by my nephew or somebody, but they're also teenagers, so they're not really into How to Train Your Dragon. But I heard it's an okay movie. I mean, it follows the same plot as the animation series, so I mean that's about it. And soda crack, you know, made my Pepsi. So yeah. Also, a side note, I guess Governor Newsom was also in South Carolina talking trash about the federal government, which, like, yeah, brother, you're not going to get elected, so I don't know why you're trying. So, what about Despicable Spore? I have not seen that as yet. No. I mean, there's not really. Let me see what's playing right now. I might go see the Superman movie that's coming out this week. I have a movies club membership, so I do have some free tickets. And I think Fantastic Four is also coming out too. I think it looks like. Apparently Smurfs, the bad guys. That looks funny. Yeah, I haven't seen much on it. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. When that comes out, I might go see it. I don't know. It hasn't been out yet. So, what else we got going on? Well, let me get some news up here. Yeah, so you guys are aware. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but that area of Texas that was experiencing the flooding events is known as Flash Flood Alley. Who built a camp in the middle of a flash flood plain area that's notorious for doing this? I do not know, because logic says that you don't do that. But again, this is a problem. Now, I will talk about there is a excuse me, side effect of Pepsi. U.S. Coast Guard helicopter pilot, rescue swimmer, and obviously the pilot. They rescued 165 kids during the flooding event. That man deserves a medal. 165 bodies in a looks like a Dolphin helicopter. Yeah. The reality is like this type of events makes it so hard. Yeah, it's just sad. Um, yeah, it is a sad, unfortunate event to see these happen. So, yes, Garland, I burped. Oh my God, I'm human. Okay, I do a lot of other things too that are human, like take showers. I'm not a machine, not yet at least. But the company has their way. I definitely will be. What else do we have? Mini Desmond does. Hold on a second. Let me bring up this other report. Yeah, so the flash flooding event in New Mexico also is related to a wildfire burn scar as well. So that's also a contributing factor as well. And okay, we now have 118 and 170 are still missing. Numbers could be higher than that. Oh, by the way, update on the Esparto firework blast. Obviously, so the police raided a house this evening in San Francisco related to that company's location. And yeah, so the company did not have authorization to use that place as a fire. It wasn't permitted for a fireworks storage facility. And also, there was a volunteer firefighter and a sheriff's deputy that were also part of that property. And yeah, so let's be real about that. Something here does not add up. Like what's going on here? And yeah. So another thing too is we did. One thing I'm gonna put on a side note here too is So here in Sacramento, we have paid firefighting departments, both the Sac Metro Fire and the Sacramento City Fire Departments. Well, they also have volunteer reserves, which are paid per call firefighters. And yesterday, there was a pretty good grass fire that kicked off in the Rio Linda area. It's a suburb out just north of the city, and the reserves were the first ones there because their station was down the street, and I guess they just happened to be there doing something. So they ended up basically taking command of the situation until the chief arrived, and then the paid guys are probably hating that. Having a bunch of 18-year-olds bossing you around. No, they don't get it. I thought that was funny. I do see people asking about collect garbage for fun. Let's see, we got 30 minutes. Yeah, we can get on that for a minute tonight. Like I said, we don't have time to watch videos, but we can get around and enjoy ourselves a little bit on collect garbage for fun. Give me a second to pull that up. And then I'm going to leave, obviously, the scroll on as we do that. Here is up. We will be doing the private server because it makes it easier for us to do that. Bro, my route was okay. I had no problem. I actually went and helped. I helped, actually, the relief driver and everything else. Pacific Northwest can't join. That's okay. No worries, brother. We got no problem with that. I mean, obviously, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Nobody feel like there's an obligation. All right. Game is loading. Please wait. A little bit of lag right there. Just waiting for the game to load right now, so just waiting for that. I'm running 300 carts route in a ZR. Oh, nice. Alright, we're starting to load. Ready to play. Before we get started, alright. Does anybody know how to turn the volume down of the trucks? Yeah, does anybody know how to turn down the volume of the trucks? Yeah. Let's turn my overall volume down. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I'm not joining that. So, alright, what am I doing today? What am I doing? No, I don't want Corrado. You know what? Let's do a manual automatic. I haven't used one of these in a minute, so let's go have some fun. Given that we only got 30 minutes, it's a free-for-all. Do what you... Anybody, whoever wants to set themselves up, go ahead. Ah! Get out of me! There's a green guy! Alright. Everybody disperse. You know what? I'm gonna go do litter cans in the downtown area. Yeah, we only got 30 minutes of stream time, so let's just let's all have some fun, y'all. So, oh, wrong button. Paparazzi, that's funny. Oh, homeboy have a tipper on the back, huh? Come on, turn. Alright. Oh, I can't reach. My arm's not long enough. Alright. Alright, Sal Carlson. Have a good night. Oh well. Time to act like how the people see us. Alright, you know what? You know, this is how, I swear to God, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is how people think I do my job. Hey, look! It's the trash man! This is exactly how some people think how we drive out there. RS guy, what's up, bro? It's so funny when you see that too, because it just makes me laugh. Alright. I've only seen one of these trucks in real life once. And that's Eldorado Disposal, which is a Waste Connections company. They had a few of these manual. Yeah. Like every bar in East Bay. Okay, someone already did these. Oh, nice, Southwest. Who we gonna? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, alright. Who's gonna be the victim? Who's gonna be the victim? What am I doing? I don't know. You'll have to find out. Oh. Was your Republic on strike? RS guy, no, we're a non-union site, so I do not have to worry about no strikes. Alright. Oh. I have an idea. A very a rather very entertaining idea, if you don't mind. RNS, currently I don't know about anybody that's actually doing that or not. RS guy. Alright. I need some fuel. Let me go get some gas real quick. Alright, Jefferson, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. God damn it. Alright. So everybody's over there. Let's see. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, what do we got here? Nope, mine! Brody. Have a good night, Brody. Yeah. I see Jameson wanted to ride with them. Right. Alright, let's see what you got. South Boys, yep, come on in. If there's room, jump on in. We got about 15 minutes before we get in. We're at the garbage truck's Garland. He's on front load. He says he's good at it, so I want to see him prove it. Let's see if he's as good as he says he is. No. It's okay, no pressure. Pacific Northwest, yeah, you say front load is easy, but yet I suck at it. Watch Sackways. Oh no, I know he's good. I've seen him work. Okay, I got that. So oh yeah, I'm doing something real quick. Alright, that. And we have this one, which is I'm fixing to edit thing real quick. Oh, you're good. Not bad at all. Garland, you're going to have to join their little community, and then they gotta train you. Is what it says. So in fire, that's what it says in Firestorm. So other than that, you can. Everything else is basically a paid add-on. The dozer, the city fire department, CHP stuff. That's all. Excuse me. Or you want to join that community? Yeah. It's in the game of how to do it. It says you have to join their forest service or whatever. So you have to go in the game and check it out. Uh, I looked at it, but I didn't follow the instructions of how to do it, or it says to apply for it. So yeah, definitely be looking into that. And we might get on. We're gonna get back on Firestorm. That's another game that I do like. I like the challenge of trying to contain the fire if it actually allows it to. Because it depends on what team you're on. If you have a good team, then you're able to contain the fires really good. If you don't have a good team, then the fire will run on you. And also conditions do matter too. So it's very important about all types of assets, not just engines or air attack. Air attack helps slow the fire from spreading and helps contain the fire itself. While dozers, obviously, I like using dozers because, well, it's just one of my things, I guess. Digging around, setting up the perimeter of the fire, and obviously the engine companies are cool and all, but the right now the hoses are bugged for some reason, so you can't really use them. But yeah, that's just me though. Watch out for that pole. There's a light pole there. Alright. You got 3 dumpsters. Let's see how good it does. Excuse me. Vegetation, fire, and plastic honey. Fire coals. Hmm. Yeah, so locally, real quick while he's doing that. Where's Ducky? Garland, I'm gonna go grab Ducky for a second. Let's find where he's at. Alright. Yeah, Duck wants to ride. Who hates Athens service? I do. Athens sucks. Yeah, them and Burtech. Those are my two least favorite companies, at least that I've seen. I thought I turned the weather off. Yeah, don't quote me why that happened. Yeah. I'm not sure why the weather changed even though. Yeah, you're gonna have to come down here. Don't mind me, I'm just jogging in the middle of the road. Secret technique is first person. I don't think I can go in first person, can I? Yeah, I can. Cool. Ah, good, excellent. Vegetation, alright. Let's see what Ducky has to drive. Alright. Okay, Carlin. Yeah. That's good enough. Interesting. Man, I know this is really bugging right now. I think you having no problem with it. City of Los Angeles. Who that might be? It's Louis. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Probably the old school one. Um, hmm. Trying to see what we got going on here. Okay. Yeah, we're doing good. Let's see. 757. Alright. Let's do this. Well, let's get a group photo before we call it a night. I'm gonna have to get up. We're gonna have to call a stream tonight. So. Yeah, let's get a group photo, everybody, before we call it a night. These guys. Alright. There we go. Alright, that was a good screenshot, even though we got some trolls in the lobby. But yeah, alright, that's gonna have to do it for tonight's stream, everybody. Yeah, like I said, we'll come back tomorrow, give an update on the ongoing weather conditions that are continuing to plague the country, and then also we're going to, if we have time, if I get home early enough, we will do some video review. If not, we will either jump on another Roblox game or something and go crash a party. Yeah. Alright guys, I am Trashman Matt. Thanks for hanging out with tonight's live stream, and I will catch you guys in the next.